So we start off with the boom section using £30 clear tech fuel carbon, 7 inches. Then you attach a 0.6 crimp at one end. It's a bit fiddly, but you get that. There you go. So just crimp him down on the small part of the crimping pliers. It's a 0.6. That works well with a £30 clear tech. Pull tight just to check. Great. Then you take an anti-tangle sleeve and cut off about 15mm. That's just to close up over your quick change swivel on the one end. There you go. So at the other end you take a micro swivel and just tie it on with a 3-turn blood knot. Just double checking the length. The one was 7 inches. There you go. There you go, 3-turn blood knot, so that's plenty on it. Don't forget to moisten the knot as well, okay? Especially with fluorocarbon. Pull tight. We should pull it nice and tight. There you go. And just trim off the tag end. So that's your boom section done, and you know, they last and last and last. They really can make load up and always good to go. So now we're going to do the hook section, and we start off with some stiff bristle one filament. This is £25. I'm cutting off like 4 inches. I'm doubling it over. And I'm going to use another crimp 0.06. There you go, and just slide it up out of the way for now. Don't crimp it down yet. So I'm going to take my boom section now, and the 2 tag ends I'm going to feed through the micro swivel on the end. There you go, easy. See? And I'm just going to tie a 1-turn blood knot, and I'm going to leave about 1.5 inches loop. There you go. Again, moisten the knot. I'm using a puller tool here just to pop the two tag ends to the loop. It's a bit fiddly. The more you do it, the easier it gets. There you go. Just moistening the knot with some saliva. Using the puller tool. Pulling tight. Using my teeth here as well on the one end, on the tag ends. Just going to trim off the end. I'm going to blob it down just for added security. There you go, that's plenty. Excellent. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to slide the crimp up and leave about 5mm gap from the knot, and using the crimping pliers on the small end I'm just going to crimp it down. There you go. Using the puller tool just to check the knot. There you go, and nothing's coming off there. Brilliant. Right, so all that's left to do now is to attach the hook. But what I do is I use a bit of bait floss because it can be quite tricky, especially with 30-pound fluorocarbon. So I'll thread it through the loop. I'll cut it even. I'll wet it with my fingers, just more streamline. I'm using a size 6 chod hook from Rigger Tackle. So going through the back of the hook, you thread the bait floss through the eye. There you go, through. This is the tricky part. You've got to use a bit of strength here. Using the puller tool again, just wrapping it around several times. There you go, through. There's your loop. Get rid of that bait floss. There you go. Next I'm going to take a bait screw, thread that on the loop. There you go, that's on. I'm going to put a loop over the bend of the hook. Put it down to the desired length, and I have it opposite the barb. So the bait screw is coming out opposite the barb, you see, you know. Line it all up nice, make it look nice and neat. There you go. And take some tungsten putty. I prefer brown or more soldered. Just a small bit. Move it about in your fingers, make it more malleable, and put it over the knot on the micro swivel on the boom side end. There you go. And this is a bottom bait wafter rig. You can use it for a pop-up rig, but I prefer to use it with a wafter. And I'm going to take a bug wafter and use a round one for this one, 15mm. And it's brilliant for fishing. This is over a wide spread of boilies. mostly on clear bottom waters. There you go, so simple to attach. They're really versatile, these bait screws. I do prefer the metal ones. I have used the plastic ones in the past, but they tend to snap. So there you go. That's all that's left to do now, is just steam the rig straight. There you go. So the boom is 7 inches long. You can use it with, you know, whatever you want to, but I use on a helicopter setup. There you go. This rig is it's really hard for the fish to deal with. It's really flexible as well, like, you know, it moves all angles. In my experience, it's really difficult for the fish to eject. Here's one of the captures, one of many.